What's up, Internet? Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build a successful YouTube channel? Well, today we are joined for the very first time with the one and only Hayden Trowbride.
I'm here.
Hey.
In the studio.
I know, hey. Hayden Trowbride is the founder of Lightbulb Moment and the now current CEO of Today Sports, which is crazy title, gotta be honest. Hayden, what's up?
Hi, I'm glad to be here.
Oh my gosh. So Hayden is...
You're very pink.
I'm very pink.
I know.
I know.
You gotta show the shoes out. Like, this is crazy.
I know.
What's
These
going
are my
on here?
fluffy, not sponsored Dixie D'Amelio shoes. I felt like it was only fitting considering, or
Yes.
D'Amelio footwear shoes. Hayden is just so special to me. Hayden is the reason I exist in the creator economy today, and is my old boss and has worked with creators from Airrack and Sticks and so many more, and is also just the best guy ever and one of my dearest friends. So, what's up? Hey, this is my first time.
I feel like we need a handshake.
I know.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Yeah, so happy to have you guys. Like I have never done this before. This is our first time.
This is the first podcast of Carlie with Creators. Subscribe now because you want to be here when she has 1 million subscribers to say, I was here at 100 subscribers. It's going to be awesome.
And there's only 100 people who are going to be able to say that.
How can you not subscribe? She's wearing a full pink pantsuit. Come on, guys.
How many people are wearing a full pantsuit?
I know.
I mean, not very many. That would be shocking. Okay, well today, as I said, Hayden, we got to take it back to our roots.
Let's do it.
We're talking all things YouTube, creator economy, all things good. Talk to us. How did you get into YouTube? How are you here? And then how did you meet me? Because we have to talk about that because you're actually the only reason I have a job. Hayden should be getting, if you were getting royalties on my work.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be
retired. That'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be buying instead of renting.
Right. I'm not making that much, but
Yeah.
over time, it would compound over time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been making YouTube videos since I was 13.
Crazy.
So if you look up JVEX Gaming, you'll hear a very
Wow.
squeaky, prepubescent 7th grade Hayden talking about the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta.
Yep. I don't know what that means.
And so, yeah, I've been making YouTube videos for a very long time, and just overall, like, just a lover of YouTube. And so, yeah, I went from making Call of Duty videos to, like, I was in my school news stations and programs, and so I was, like, editing videos and producing stuff and coming up with ideas for my school news station. And then that transitioned into like doing a small podcast, and then recognizing I don't like being in front of a camera, like talking to people necessarily. So
Oops.
it's what a crazy thing that I'm here right now.
The irony.
But recognizing like, hey, like I not only enjoy being behind the camera more, but I can add more value there.
Wow.
And so, kind of short blurb. I'm gonna go to college, and COVID hits, senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And all of that gets canceled, and like, why would I pay $70,000 a year to go and study being an entrepreneur when I could just go and start a business or work with a business? And so after doing like a semester of online school at a like local community college, I was privileged to have some amazing relationships with people. One is the lovely Donovan Beck, who is now a social media star himself, and an author, and he actually like went to my high school.
That's
and
crazy.
He knew Yes Theory, and then I like started going out to like events in Venice to like hang out with Yes Theory, and then started building a relationship with them and all of their friends, and started being mentored by one of their close friends, BC Cerna, and BC was actually the one that said like drop out, like don't go to college. And then I send a very very bad cold email to this guy named Zach Conover.
Oh my gosh. Shout out Zach Conover. We love you.
you.
You've
Thank
changed our
you.
lives.
And
awesome.
yeah, and Zach invited me to the office and was like, oh yeah, you're passionate about the creator economy. It's great. Like, I don't have any opportunities right now, but like, you know, in the future, maybe. Because I was just like, I want to work for Yes Theory. And he was Yes Series manager, and then just recently signed this guy called Eric Decker, better known as Airrack.
Shout out Airrack.
And I remember leaving Zach's office that day. We actually pulled up my email on his TV, and he roasted every single line of the email.
That's so Hanover coded too.
And then I went home. I sent the email, like resent the email to him, and said at the end, like, it was so great to meet you.
Wow.
And a month and a half later, the day that I was moving out of my dad's house to like live with like out in LA to like basically prove like I'm ready to work in the creator space, that same day I got an offer to come in and interview for Eric.
Wow.
And so I
okay, let's stop there. So that is amazing. And just to give the people context, so if you don't know, if you're a girl, you might not know, but if you're a guy, you probably do. Airrack is one of the biggest entertainment YouTubers. Hayden will get into that. Became one of the fastest growing YouTube channels on the platform overnight. And it is actually where I got my start in the industry through meeting Hayden. But Hayden has worked with him and so many others in such a large capacity. And I think for so many of us, you know, this is such a great story. I want to start at the beginning where we are, but I just want everyone to understand, like, where the channels are at now is not where they were at when you found them. So yeah, tell us about, like, what was it? Did you know who Airrack was before? Or where were you at with that?
Yeah, so I got brought in at 1.1 million subscribers. Right. And I was actually a huge Logan Paul fan. So like I had seen Logan's video of this guy buying his couches because I was super bought into that storyline. So like I was familiar with Eric, but I wasn't, you know, I didn't subscribe before 1 million when he was doing that first subscriber push.
Yeah.
And so, but I was familiar with him. So, you know, I'd knock on the door, right? And, you know, we go interview. This is like the most serious interview I've ever done. I, you know, go into a garage where they are working, with like computers and like editing videos. And it's like, this guy named Max, this other guy named Mac, and then Eric. And Eric, I'm sitting down in a chair while Eric is riding a scooter. And he's like interviewing me about like, hey, do you want to, you know, like, what's your greatest strength? What's your greatest weakness? And I'm like, I've never had a job interview before.
Right.
Like, I don't.
You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. So, yeah, that was the start. And I basically, that day we did the interview, I said, I'm just going to start working for you, even if, like, what are the things that you want to do that you can't do right now? And how can I do them?
Wow.
Or how can I take that on? And so we sat in Notion for like.
Love. Shout out Notion.
Yeah,
not
shout
sponsored.
out Notion.
Not sponsored. I love Notion. How could anything be sponsored? This is literally the first episode.
I know.
I feel like you have to preface that these days, though, actually.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, so I just basically that day started producing like what would go on to be my first video, which was the Tesla like prank video, and the first ever ice bike video that we produced. So those are my first 2 videos.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I think the origin, so when we talk about YouTube channels and we talk about, we were just discussing this, but it's like the creator economy is in such a space where creators are kind of doing everything on their own. And then when they start to hire, like, can you talk to us about what that experience was like working on a small team before it really grew? Because, you know, and then we'll get into this of how the team ended up growing. And we went from working at the house to working at the office, from having 2 employees to having 25 employees, you know, so however many it was. And so, yeah, just maybe like talk to us about how do you feel teams can grow and what's healthy and what was that scaling like rapidly?
It was, so the early days were actually, if you take an honest look at it, it was way smaller than you might think.
Yeah,
so,
for the scale of videos.
For the scale of videos that we were doing, right? So for about a year, when we went from 1 million to that first year that I was there, we went from 1 million to 3 million.
Yeah.
It was a small team. It was me doing all of production. It was Eric doing all video ideas and development and scripting. It was Mac editing and helping with the creative ideas as well. And then our buddy Max, and he was
filming.
also filming and editing. And so we basically did that for a year, and then we brought in 2 other editors, Manus and Linus, and they were helping us out with editing videos.
Goated, yeah.
And then Max kind of transitioned out of editing into.
I can't believe Max edited, actually, now that we're talking about it.
It's so weird.
So crazy.
Yeah, because it's like
he's not an editor.
Max is a creative genius.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't believe that's where we were putting his time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and a lot of it is like in early YouTube channels, like it is survival.
Everyone does everything, jack of all trades.
And so it's like, yes, I'm the producer, but it's also like
so
I'm the
good.
PA, and I'm the assistant, and I'm the production coordinator, and I'm the production manager, and I'm food and beverage, and I'm like I'm all these things. And like if you're on a film set, right? There's 40 different departments that are all specifically doing one thing. And the one thing that I loved that Eric kind of taught me was this idea of like permissionless content, right? It's like we don't have to ask anyone if we can make or cannot make something, right? We can just have the idea, pick up a camera, go out and film it tomorrow, even that night, and then come back, edit it, and post it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of YouTube is there's such a there's so much flexibility, which is a good thing. But it's also like the Achilles heel of YouTube channels, right? Because like if you do something stupid, like, and you don't have 40 lawyers above you, right? Or like
you're donezo.
You can get canceled like that.
Yeah.
So it's really important to like, the beauty of YouTube is that you can kind of do whatever you want. The Achilles heel of YouTube is that you can do whatever you want. And so it's really important to steward that responsibility well.
Everyone has their own free will.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And yeah, so then maybe talk to us about, from at least my perspective, and I think a lot of other people's perspective, we have, Mr. Beast with his hundreds of employees, and then you have the Ryan Trahan with his like 3-man, dream team.
Yeah.
And I feel like Airrack, at least when we were there, and I know it looks very different now, but it kind of sat somewhere right in the middle, leaning Mr. Beast. It was very like, this is becoming a production company. And maybe talk us through, what was that like going from this small core team to actually building, and you were really our, head of funnel for that with Eric, working to build a team. And like, how did you source talent? How did you, obviously you found me on this, I tell everyone Hayden found me on the side of the street, guys. Like, Hayden literally found me on the side of the road. People are like, how'd you get into what you're doing now? I talk about Hayden because
we met at a party.
We met at a party, and
a songwriting party,
not a party like that. And we were neighbors, and I showed up and started PAing, and it just, but I'm just like, how do you know, and how do you make those decisions when a company's scaling like that?
Yeah. I was, number one, grace of God.
Right.
Like,
oh, by the way, he was like 19 or something.
Yeah,
18?
I mean, when I started working with Eric, I was 18 and a half. So it was like, I was just throwing up prayers and just like,
I was 19. Yeah, we were youngins.
I don't know how half the stuff happened that happened. Like, it's miracle for
miracle
sure.
Worker,
But this was something that I learned later after not doing it well, or getting lucky. But hiring and scaling all depends on desire, right? So do you want to be the biggest YouTube channel in the world? Great. Okay. Probably not going to do that by yourself. Do you want to purely be in videos and like the only thing that you like is being on-screen talent, so like more like an actor? Or do you want to have a team of writers, or do you want to work alongside writers and you're a creative director, right, to like actually curate the vision, right?
Yeah.
And so right, like the creators are at this interesting place because they are simultaneously the CEO and primary talent and director.
Yeah.
So they're running the business. They are also having to operate the business through like just like being on camera, and so they're that part. But then they're also like the creative vision.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to do all of those. And so I think the process for me was recognizing, okay, Eric does want to be the biggest YouTuber in the world. And so that's going to require a level of input, right?
Yeah.
That's going to require a certain level of a certain amount of people doing a certain amount of tasks and specific tasks to then get a certain output.
Yeah, like that's physically not possible on your own.
By a single person.
So but you're saying to someone who has a YouTube channel, it's like identify your goal, right? It's like if you just enjoy making videos. I listened to a podcast with Anthro, or the guy that did the Timothy Chalamet thing, and it's like he just likes to like put stuff online.
Yeah,
don't tell that guy to go hire 10 people, probably.
For sure.
Like that's the kind of guy that's like, you just like making stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't even care if your name's on it.
Yeah.
But I think this is really helpful.
Yeah, and like that's the thing that I learned through like the consulting side of Lightbulb Moment. Because like there's the two sides, right? I was working at Airrack. I stepped away, started a management and consulting company where it's like part of it is like helping creators build sustainable businesses through like management and brand deals and starting companies. The other side is consulting creators and helping them assess what does it look like to grow and scale.
Wow.
And so with some creators, when I was doing the consulting process, I would identify, hey, like you actually like don't want to make YouTube videos.
Wow.
And so there's like 2 creators that I ended up doing consulting for that aren't making YouTube videos anymore. Or they're doing podcasts instead of, long form. And
when you say that, do you mean like the format of it, or like they'd rather work with a brand, or like what do you mean exactly?
Like they were thinking, oh, I want to grow and scale this thing. And after pulling back the curtains, what I recognized is like, you want to build a business.
Wow. Yeah. You're more of an entrepreneur than a creator.
Than a
you
creator.
Just fell into the creator.
You just happen to do creator because you know how to operate a camera. And so it's like, one of those is like the incredible Max Riesinger. And he was making, I've been watching that kid make videos since he was 16. Like we grew up literally at the same time. And I got the incredible opportunity to consult for him. And after consulting, it was like, oh yeah, I don't want to make YouTube videos anymore. I actually want to build companies. And now he's running Creator Camp.
Wow.
And he's the creative vision behind Creator Camp. And so it's like, okay, Creator Camp is at a whole this hugely impactful company.
Yes.
That if he kept creating, he wouldn't have been able to just focus on that and start the help with a lot of the base camps and then do the film festival. So
it's so good.
I think it's really important, yes, to identify your goal, but make sure you my recipe is ask why at least 5 times.
Yeah, it's good.
So I want to be the biggest YouTube channel in the world. Okay, why? Right? Oh, because I want to have a ton of impact. Okay, why?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't know, I struggled with this thing. Okay, why did you struggle with that thing? Oh, and then you get their story, right?
Yeah.
And it's, oh, because, when I was a little kid, I really struggled with creative expression. And so now I want to help kids who are struggling with creative expression.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is Max, but this is just, this is what I was going down the list.
Yeah.
And so it's okay, that's actually what you want to do, right? That's actually why you're doing it. Okay.
What are you actually passionate about? What do you actually enjoy spending your time doing?
Correct, right? And so, because it's one thing, I want to inspire people. It's okay, cool. You can inspire people being a chef. Why be a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Right?
It's good.
And oftentimes it's because of creative expression and freedom, right? And so for most creators are starting, from what I've seen, it's I don't want to report to a boss. I want to make my own thing. Okay, cool. This is an entrepreneurial venture. So entrepreneurship is very lonely. And so that's why it's important to surround yourself with a lot of people who aren't just there to help you execute, but actually care about you. And I would say the thing for me with that's, call it my competitive advantage, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I stayed with Eric as long as I did, the 2.5 years that I was there, wasn't because I was I want to build the biggest YouTube channel in the world. And maybe that was to my downfall, right? Because I wasn't super bought in by that, but I really loved Eric, and I really and still do, and
Same.
I really
we love you, Eric.
love the team, right? And so I'm not audience facing. I am very much so team facing.
Yeah.
And so I care way more about the team than I care about the audience, and that's not because I don't care about the audience. It's because I if I pour into and hire the right people, and I instruct them in a way that makes them feel empowered in their work, the audience is going to get the best product. And so
Yeah.
I focus on the audience by focusing on the team.
It's so good.
And yeah, I've only seen, if you do that well, the creator's life is amazing. If you do that poorly, it's really hard to operate, because if you don't have people around you that you trust,
Yeah.
it's really hard to do good work.
Yeah. I think there's so many creators. There's, you know, I've just, as I've talked to creators and, you know, when you're working with them, Alex Cooper just did a podcast where her childhood best friend is her producer, you know,
Oh,
and
cool.
that, you know, there's so many stories of that. Another guy I work with, had grown up with Jester, and then he went to work for, you know,
Yeah.
there's almost this like, trust where people hire people that they just naturally knew, you know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
so when those things work out, it's like, okay, amazing, like best case scenario.
Yeah.
But if there's ever a creator that's kind of, I feel like with the rise of shorts and the rise of brands and the rise of digital media, I feel like more and more creators are hitting that point where they're saying, hey, I might need help. Like I need to not be a one-man show, but I also like don't have any idea who in the world like I would find to do that. Like, you know, like what do you think, how important is that hire, and like when is a good time to make that decision?
Yeah. Again, it goes back to, like, why are you doing the thing that you're doing?
Yeah.
Right. And so, the company that I currently work for and lead, like, when I first came in, we had like 35 part-time people working for us.
Yeah.
We were making 1 TikTok a day. And it's like,
it's crazy.
why do we have 35 people, right?
Yeah.
Now we have 6. We upload a TikTok a day, and we're like building another company. And like, and so it really depends on like why you're doing the thing that you're doing, and like what are you trying to accomplish, right? And so I think like there are some, like yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like you are not a creator, but you're investing in an editor, you're investing in other people to like help you build this thing, right? And like that's because you have other jobs in the creator economy that allow you to like pour into that, right? If you're a kid who's picking up a camera for the first time, like you don't need to hire a producer, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're a brand that is entering into YouTube, that is you know, working alongside that has a little bit more of that red tape, right? Like you should probably hire a producer. You should probably hire a creative director. And so I will say that when it comes to hiring for YouTube, my advice is always do without as long as you can, so that you can understand what goes into it, so that when you do hire someone, you can train them accordingly.
And you can have a clear expectation of what you want.
What goes into it, right? What you want, right? So I talk to a ton of people. Because editing's hard, right? I want to hire an editor. And it's like, okay, hire the editor. How are you going to do revisions? How are you going to give feedback? Do you even know what that editor is going through,
like, what does the video even look like, right?
What's the video look
because if you don't have a proof of concept, you're going to have to work with them.
Correct.
Individually, you know, even if they're the best editor in the world.
Correct.
Even if Mac Hopkins touched a video, he'd still need to know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna edit? You know,
For sure.
Like totally.
For sure. So I think if you're a creator,
it's so
and
good.
you're starting out, right? Like, probably hire. I think it's a little bit different than a startup, because it's a lot more like, again, the creator is the brand.
Yeah.
So it's their face, right? And so I would say do it longer than you think you should, and when it starts to get uncomfortable, push a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I would say when you feel like you could clearly articulate your vision to someone who would be in that role, that's when I would hire.
It's good. It's good. I mean, I think that's really good. So
that's why it made sense to bring you in. It's like I couldn't physically do I couldn't physically do what I needed to do anymore, because I was involved in so many things, but I felt comfortable bringing you in to help there, because I could actually clearly communicate.
Yeah.
Hey, here's what YouTube production is, right?
Yeah.
It's not like film. It's like, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more ragtag, and here's some of like the things to look out for.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know,
Yeah.
We didn't hire producers till we were at like 5 million, more producers till we were at 5 million subscribers.
Right. And y'all really did do it all for a long time.
Yeah.
No, that's so good. So, yeah, so we've kind of touched on, yeah, just like how you got started and the time at Airrack. And I think we could both say like that time was like fundamental for like everything I think we're both doing now.
For us and for YouTube.
And for you. I think that's a great, talk about that. Like, how do you think even that impact, when you say that, like, can you elaborate? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember at the time, per upload, so not like amount of time, but like
per video
that was uploaded, Eric was the fastest growing YouTube channel on the entire platform.
Which is also crazy that I was working there and didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think, I think you
I don't
kind
think
of
any
knew.
of us
We
realized
didn't
it.
really understand the magnitude of what we were a part of.
I didn't realize it until I looked back and I was like trying to figure out like, what have I done in my career? Like, as I was like building out resumes. And it's like, I produced by myself around 55 videos in 2 years that did 1 billion views.
It's crazy.
And like, that's partly to like, or it's 90% to Max and Mac and Eric and Sam and like all those guys who were coming up with the creative vision, right? But like,
but you still executed
they had
on your own.
They had to get done, right? And so it's like 55 videos in 2 years. That's like, the average video length was like 20 minutes. So we were making a short film almost every single week for a year and a half, 2 years. And
that is the best equation, I think. Is what I tell people, like imagine doing a short film with budgeted, and eventually it got to the place where we were doing like indie movie level budgeted productions. Yeah. A week with that size crew too. Yeah. Yeah. At some point.
Yeah, it was just crazy when like I remember one time we were on set and it was like me and the boys, you know, we're like hanging out in the garage and like making YouTube videos, and then like I showed up on set one day and there was 100 people on the call sheet.
I'll never forget TikTokers in a Box.
Yeah.
I will never forget showing up to set that day, and there was like 15 crew. And imagine like a mini Love Island, like not Love Island, but like that style of mini Big Brother, like a house show. And I will never forget that we had all these influencers driving in the rain of Malibu, and there's like 50 influencers, and it's me and it's like Drew and you, and we were just like.
I wasn't even on that production at that time.
Were you not even there? I blacked out.
I showed up, but like. I was just there to like be support to like help out, because I wasn't producing that project.
No, but we were all just kind of we didn't even know what was happening, and I showed up and we had like 20 crew.
Yeah.
And like 100 mics. Yeah. And like I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. Like I remember in that moment being like, this is the craziest thing I've ever done. Like
that was definitely like Mama, we made it moment. That was so cool.
That was and that video also.
I felt like a proud dad, because like at that point I had stepped away from production and into like more of the business side. Like I was really looking at like
you were allowing us to run
HR handbooks and like getting insurance and like
thank God,
you know, having people come into the office and be like, how are you doing today? You know, which like I like that stuff. But like I remember walking in and just being like, you know, when you do hire well, right? And again, I can't take all the credit, right? Like, again, people like Zach and Benji and Kate were definitely involved in the hiring process and helping there.
Yeah, of course.
But to like look and see you and Iman and Drew and Sam and like all these people, right? And then, you know, you have Blake and Phil and Alex and Nick and like all these people, right, who are there. And it's like, I showed up and got interviewed on a scooter. Yeah. And now I have a family of 15 people who show up every other week to film the craziest things that the internet has ever seen. Yeah. And it, you know, it definitely wasn't just me. And so it's really cool. It's like to see people like yourself step into that, right? And just own it, right? Like I think that's the biggest thing with YouTube. It's like
extreme ownership,
Yeah, just take like when a YouTuber hires you, right? They're not just saying, oh, I'm trusting you with this part of the business.
Yeah.
They are basically handing their kidney to you on a platter and saying, take care of this, right? Because it's, again, the brand is them.
Yeah.
Right? And so oftentimes people who are struggling to get into the YouTube space or are like, they're still in that like
Yeah.
area of like, oh my gosh, I get to like work with my favorite creator. And it's like, this is a human being who is being vulnerable enough to say, I need help.
Yeah.
And so to actually like step in and own that and be a good steward of that is like all the creators asking for.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's
awesome.
Working in YouTube is fun. It's really hard, but it's very satisfying if you have an amazing team around you.
It's really, it's one of those jobs that, yeah, and I think it's even crazy just even talking about it right now, like looking back and being like, wow, like those moments and like building the pizza and like all the things that we had the privilege to be a part of, and that I, you know, I'm just so thankful that, to get sentimental, not to get sentimental, but like just, you know, it's so funny. People don't even realize that YouTube is a job, and that is like a big thing that you can even maybe speak to, but it's like, have you opened your phone today? Like there's like a lot of people that, you know, vlog themselves or do it, but like I think a large percentage of the media people consume every day is not by one person. You know, I think like I don't know what the percentage is, but I would see it to be pretty high. Like, you know, most of the content people are consuming are podcasts or higher edited content or branded content or YouTube, you know, just, and like the odds of that content being ideated, shot, edited, filmed, posted, start to finish by that one person. Yeah. It's pretty low. Yeah. It's pretty low. And so I think it's just, I don't even think that's something that people outside of the industry consider, but it's so cool that also I think this industry is growing so much. I think we're in such a special time. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about, can you tell us, you know, you obviously have worked at Airrack and were pivotal, at least in my time there and our time there, in building what I think really truly the foundation is now, you know, and we're really a part of that, and that channel is still going and still amazing due to so many amazing people that are still there, including Eric. We literally love you. Changed my life. But now what you're doing with Lightbulb Moment and Today's Sports, like, can you tell us about that? And I can't believe you're a CEO at, how old are you? 20?
I just turned 23 last week.
Yeah, I was like, didn't you just have a birthday?
Yeah,
anyway.
Jordan year.
Yeah, Jordan. Okay, so tell us about like being a CEO for a sports media company at 23.
Yeah, it's very humbling. It's very humbling. I'm, you know, when people ask me what I do, I can't get that word out. Like, I can't say I'm the CEO of a sports media company because it still feels very not real. Yeah. And again, like, technically I was when I founded my company, Lightbulb Moment, like, technically I was the CEO, but like, for me it was just, I would get on some consulting calls, and like, I wasn't building a company. I was just,
hot take, in the creator economy, it's also hard to know who's actually CEO. Do you feel that? Because you're like, everyone is a freelancer sometimes. Yeah,
it's true.
It's like, true. So that's a side note. Like,
yeah.
No, but you're like, you're right. It's like when we're running a company, it's one thing to be a one-man show, but it's different.
Yeah, it's different to have
a team. Like, when
I got brought in, I had 35 people.
Right. It's crazy.
And I was a little bit like Widowmaker, where it's like, okay, now we have 6. And a lot of that was very much so like 30 of those or 20 of those people like weren't actually working with the company. They were just like maybe working an hour a week. Right. Or it was just contractors and stuff like that. And
but you're optimizing still. You're still making decisions.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, it's interesting because, you know, from what I've gathered, the role of the CEO is 3 things, right? And I heard this in a video the other day. It was a Layla Hormozi vlog, and she says, being the CEO is like being responsible for 3 things: vision, people, and money. And like vision and people are up my alley. It's actually why production was so hard for me, because I'm not an operator. Yeah. And I had to operate as an operator for 3 years. It's even as a brand manager, right? It's like going out, sending emails, getting brand deals, doing sales. that's not naturally who I am, right? I'm naturally like come up with a billion ideas, like not like YouTube video ideas, but like business ideas or like way to take care of your employees. Like I'm very much so idea and people driven. And so it's been really fascinating to like, I have to redefine what work is in my head.
Yeah.
It's not how many inputs can I put in to get this amount of outputs today. It's
Wow.
actually like if I sit for a week and come up with one idea that like changes the way that we do business and like could potentially 10x revenue,
Yeah.
that's a good use of time.
Yeah.
And so even things like, you know, technically we're a sports company right now, but the past 2 weeks we like pretty much stopped all production that wasn't essential for like brands and things like that. And we've just like as a team have like for 4 hours a day prayed and brainstormed.
Yeah.
And like,
Wow.
so we've like paused and said, actually, we don't need to do a ton of output right here. We need to discern like what the future of this company is going to look like.
Yeah.
And that has like brought us to like this amazing idea of like, who is making the internet beautiful, right? I just read a book called The Third Wave by one of the founders of AOL. So like the reason why the internet exists is because of this guy. And you know, the first wave is like building the infrastructure, right? So like just having an accessible internet that you can tap into, right? The computers, the modems, all the infrastructure, right? The second is like building apps, right? So that you have the technology, you have the infrastructure, now the apps can be built on top of that, right? And so like that's where Facebook and Amazon and Instagram, all these things emerged. And then the third is like technological or internet integration. So how does the internet integrate into every single aspect of our life? So healthcare, food, all of that. And so, wait, where was I going with that? And so it's like, okay, we have all the internet is this place that people like, just like electricity, like there's no, like we can't imagine life without electricity, and like everything runs off electricity. Everything's going to run off the internet as well. And so we have a ton of people building for the internet. We have a ton of people utilizing the internet. But like, is anybody actually there? Is their main focus? How do I make this beautiful, right? And I would define beautiful as like truth seeking. I would define it as like hospitable, right? So like it's and then also like non-exploitative, right? So there's kind of three types of businesses that you could do. It's either like exploitative, which is like I win, you lose. There's ethical, which is like I win, you win, and then there's redemptive, which is I sacrifice, we win.
Wow.
And so my guess is that most businesses are operating exploitative businesses. Even if we think about YouTube, right? Like, how do I tap into the psychology of someone so that they can watch my video longer, right? Some might say smart. I would say, okay, well, like, are you actually trying to entertain them, like, and like provide them a good time, or are you like trying to just
exploit their
brain for views, right? And so it's a very fine line, because that in itself is not bad, but I think the bare minimum is ethical, right? Which is I win, you win, where it's like, oh, I'm actually providing genuine value for you
or
here,
entertainment,
and entertainment for you here, and like it's not quote unquote brain rot, right? And it's actually better for you. And there's like the creator is giving, right? The business is giving, and there's the redemptive, right? And the best example of that is like Ryan Trahan, and he's the, you know,
incredible.
This whole framework is from this amazing nonprofit called Praxis, and Ryan has taken this Praxis framework around the redemptive work and has applied it to YouTube. And so a part of kind of being a CEO is like, which one of those businesses are we going to venture out onto?
Wow, that's good.
And the easy way is exploitative, because it's like, oh yeah, we can make money however we want. The ethical way is a little bit harder, because it requires us to say, actually, no, we're going to give back and give value in these different ways. The redemptive is incredibly hard, because it means I'm intentionally choosing to not do a certain thing that I know
will
help this business grow in order that the customer, the audience may be transformed.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not just about providing a great experience. It's about like participating in a transformative work for the customer, for the audience.
Yeah.
And so I want to make YouTube beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's part of like this new vision of what I'm thinking through for our company at Today's Sports, which might be renamed very soon.
Yeah.
But it's how do you make the internet and how do you make YouTube, how do you make TikTok beautiful through like creative, so just like making more beautiful art, partnerships, right? So partnering amazing people at brands with amazing creators, and like right now the agency model is just not it, and it's very exploitative. The contracts are not great for creators, and it's just a whole thing. And so how do you like make partnerships more beautiful, and then how do you transition digital engagement to in real life engagement, because that's where I think real transformation happens, because you can watch a ton of videos online, but until you like actually experience what they're talking about in person, that was me in Yes Theory, right? It's like I watched the videos, I was watching it, and then I saw that the decisions that I was making were actually impacting the way that people were felt. That was like I want to go from how do you make a video about sports, and how does that inspire someone to go pick up a hockey stick or a football or like go play catch with their dad, right? So that's how I think my vision for the future of the internet is like I want a beautiful internet, and that people have the capacity to make things really ugly, or they have the capacity to make things really beautiful. And making beautiful things is way harder than making ugly things.
No, I actually resonate with that so much. People are always like, oh, you make content and you help people make content, and I'm like, yes, and I'm particular about the content I put out and make, but at the end of the day, bad people are going to make content, or there's going to be exploitative content, and that is going to be out there. And we can either put good things to watch on the internet and allow people, something else, or they will be left with all bad. Because if all good people stop making content and all good creators, like without, it's so funny, and I am a total hypocrite. I have watched both. I am watching the Ryan Trahan series and the Love Island season 7. I'm watching both. I guilty. Okay, guilty. But let me just say,
I'm not saying anything.
I did watch both, but they're two very different forms of media. And I'm not saying Love Island is all bad, but I'm just saying, without Ryan, how many more people would have no alternative? And it's just so ironic they were happening at the same time. But that is such a clear example of, because there is another option. Without Forrest Frank, because of Forrest Frank, there's a good health. Without Forrest Frank and Jake and John Michael Howell, there are these people creating beautiful art and beautiful music. And it's an alternative to Sabrina Carpenter, who I also love. But, it's just...
People desire, people desire beautiful things. But if you were to put now in front of me a Coke or an Olipop, I would choose the Olipop. Right? It's not that I really ever wanted the Coke. Right? Or the Pepsi or the root beer, but it's like
we didn't have an alternative option.
There was no alternative option, right? And and I think that we could settle into let's just provide a better for you option, and that's the ethical, right? So we could just make, right, like Ryan could just have done the 50-day series and left it at that, right? That's what he could have done, but he didn't. He took it up a notch, and now he's raised $5 million for $6 million for St. Jude, right? It's like he's adding another layer that is like, I'm actually not going to take brand deals, and I'm going to sacrifice this so that this
this other entity
thing
can
that I
succeed,
believe in
yeah.
can thrive
Wow.
and succeed, right? So I don't think that as content creators, right, we're just called to, or people in the creator economy, we're not just called to like, okay, now let me just make a better for you option, right? Let me just do the bare minimum there. It's like, no, we're called to go above and beyond.
Wow.
To like, again, we are, our audience, right? Those numbers that you see, and this is what has stuck out most to me, my 4 years, 5 years in the creator space, and then even going back to like when I was making content, right? When you look at an analytics dashboard, every single number is not just a data point of how do I make better videos. It's actually a person telling you like what they like and don't like, right? So we have I believe a moral responsibility to create beautiful things because it's people that are watching it, right? It's not just an algorithm that's consuming this stuff. It's like it's
Real
actual
people.
human beings who could be transformed by your stuff. And I believe that you can make entertaining things that are beautiful, right? Like Ryan's stuff, very entertaining, incredibly beautiful, and incredibly transformative.
Dude Perfect is very similar.
Dude Perfect as well, right? And there's tons of like I can list a bajillion like small niche filmmaking creators that are like some of the most incredible creatives I've ever like come in contact with.
Yeah.
And they're just making beautiful things. And I'm not saying everybody needs to do that. Like to be a filmmaker.
But there is an opportunity to do those things.
Yeah.
That's
and again, I think that if people were faced with that, they would actually prefer that
over the other.
Yeah, I think they would. And
that's really good. Yeah. That's really good. Man, I mean, that is so good and encouraging. So, man, I mean, it's so good. So, you've obviously, you helped build Airrack. You're building Lightbulb Moment. You're building Today's Sports. Like, I'm just curious, like, obviously you just kind of spoke to it of the future of the internet being beautiful things, but logistically, like, where do you think we're going? And I don't know what you know about AI or anything. We didn't talk about that before, but just like even YouTube, like making the decision to like, you know, not allow AI to monetize, you know, like that is a crazy decision. And just like where taking everything into consideration with where the world's at. And I would even argue, not to linger on Ryan, but I mean, I would even argue that's going to change the space. Like, I think it has the potential the same way I think Airrack changed the space, the same way Mr. Beast changed the way everyone does everything. Yeah. I think Ryan's series might change the way a lot of people, not just with the giving, just the format and everything. Like,
for sure. On
YouTube, just where do you see the platform going in the next 1 to 5 years?
Yeah. I think
your intuition, at least.
Yeah, my gut check and like why I started Lightbulb Moment was to support niche storytelling creatives. So we're seeing more and more, right? There is like the rise of these mega creators, which to catch up to a Mr. Beast, to catch up to an Airrack, to catch up to a Ryan Tran is very hard.
Right.
They have years and years and years, and so, and teams and all of that, right? And formats and a pulse on there's so much there, right? I don't think you need any of that, right? I think, again, you're starting a podcast. Why? It's not because you just want to. Yes, it is. You want to sit here and talk with amazing people, right? Yeah. I'm not saying I'm an amazing person, but like,
no, you know, you are.
Like, you want to have conversations with really cool people and learn,
it's good.
right? You know, you don't have a team of 50 strategists and thumbnail artists behind you helping you do this, right? You're starting it on your own, and you have an editor, right, who's helping you do that. It's like, why is that, right? It's like because you have a distinct perspective and voice on the creator space, right? Number one, you've worked behind the scenes at literally 5 of the 10 biggest YouTube channels ever on the like huge channels, right? Yeah. Right. You're constantly around creators because you're on the Creator Council at the Lighthouse, right? You're in that space, right? You have access to the 0.001%
totally
that people don't have, right? That's one aspect, right?
Right.
you're a female in the YouTube space, right? Not a lot of females in the YouTube space, right? So especially in the production operations side. So like, what does it look like to do that, right? So you are a niche storytelling creative who a subsection of the internet is going to be interested in, right? And so
not him analyzing my YouTube channel.
And so, but
I
like,
love it.
you know, it's like why even go on this venture? It's like, well, you believe that you have a unique story to tell to people that are similar to you, right? And so that's where I believe YouTube's gonna go. The mega creator will never go away, right? But I think you're even seeing that with brands, right? Like,
they are niching down, I feel like.
Brands are spending a ton of money on sports and finance, right? And it's like, why is that? It's like, oh, because they're hyper-concentrated groups. Health and wellness. Yeah. Hyper-concentrated groups of people who care a lot about a specific thing, right? I watch, you know, finance videos, and I also watch sports videos, and I also watch filmmaking videos, right?
Yep.
And that's because I have a bunch of different interests. So I think, you know, like if you're a ticketing company, right? One of the companies that we work with is like, you don't have to just sponsor sports videos, right? Like you can go and sponsor other, you know, health and wellness stuff, right?
Or McCall, like McCall works with it, and she's talked about it publicly, but it's like, she's a concert creator.
Yeah.
And she goes to Taylor Swift concerts and Billie Eilish and she works with a ticketing brand, and that is the perfect sports, concerts, lifestyle. Like, it's the perfect collab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so I think that's the kind of, when I look at the future, right, it's that. And then on the AI thing, it's like, my hypothesis, I don't think this is how the general population is going to use it, but here's my belief. I think that AI should primarily be used to make us more human. Yeah. Right? And help us, like, and it's going to sound cheesy, but it's like, to help us love people better. Right? So if AI is implemented into my workflow as a business to help me automate all of these things so that I never have to interact with a person, right? Maybe not the best use. It might be super productive, but like, then there's never that face-to-face contact. But if you do it to like early on, to like be an AI agent, to like interact with them and, you know, get a bunch of information on them and all of that, so that when you show up to the call,
research and data and stuff,
so that when you show up to the call, you can be very present and you can ask a lot better questions, and that person can feel way more seen, way more valued, way more loved. Then that's a huge win, right? It helps us actually care for people. And so I think I'm a huge fan of like this book called Unreasonable Hospitality, and it's like, you know, this idea of service is getting the right plate to the right table at the right time at the right temperature, right? But hospitality is how that experience makes the person feel. And so I think AI should be integrated into how are we making people feel, right? Are we making people feel like just another customer? Or actually going above and beyond to deliver magic moments? And I believe that we can do that for videos. Like there's amazing apps now that like analyze comments and like can like tell you like what your audience is thinking about. So like, what if you like looked at every single comment on your video that was ever made and started making video topics around that? Or like, what if you saw a theme that like the same person has commented on your video, every single video for like the past 5 years, but you've like never sent them a thank you note. Right. So like, what if a creator could identify their super fans, right? And send them handwritten notes and like make and bring them more into the storytelling, or invite them out to a private dinner where they like get a bunch of like access to like merch and like fun experiences or new ideas, or
there's so much good that can be used from optimizing.
Correct. Right. So I think that my hope is that AI would become more help us be more human and more hospitable, not less.
That's amazing. Okay, wow, this has been awesome. Okay, a couple things that we're going to do.
Yes.
One, I would love for you to just give maybe like your best advice to someone who either wants to become a creator or is kind of in the early stages of becoming a creator.
This is going to be a really weird advice.
Okay.
if you want to become a creator, if like if that's what you want to do, like my first thing would be don't do it. It's really hard and it requires a lot of sacrifice. And
1000%.
that like it's weird advice. Like if you want to become a creator, like
Really think about
like
it.
really think about it, and like don't do it unless you know, because it's all encompassing, right? Like we would go out to dinner with Eric and like he would just get mobbed from like fans. It's like, which is a great thing, but it's like that recognition, the being the name face, like just taking into account that like you would become if you succeed at it, right? Succeed in the number way of it, right? Of like have a ton of subscribers, right? That'd be like, don't do it. And actually I would say, like, if you're passionate about YouTube, there like we've talked about, there's way more opportunity now than you could possibly imagine. So like,
yes,
go and like work with a creator and like learn about that. And like, you don't have to deal with the responsibility of like running the company and
like,
all of that. Like
being a creator is not the only option.
Yeah, there's so many ways to be creative in the creative space. Like, what if you were a creator's right-hand person in their creative direction? You're doing every single thing the creator is doing except like having to talk in front of a camera, which like is kind of fun, you know?
And some people might actually enjoy that more and don't want to be on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's so
it's
good.
Harsh advice, but like, and I say that to be optimistic in the sense of like, there are so many opportunities. Like, you don't have to just be a YouTuber. Like you can have way more. I think you can actually have way more impact serving creators. Like, and that's what it was for me. I was like, I can't build a crazy YouTube channel. Let me go help someone else do that with the things that I'm uniquely gifted at.
So good.
Right? Which is like people. And so it's like, great. I can hire and source all of these like amazing individuals that like work and help a creator build their channel. So
I love that. I think that's great advice. Yeah, I think that's amazing advice. Okay. We're going to do a couple rapid fire questions. Okay. Are you ready?
Fire.
Wait, let me just check
I'm ready.
really quick.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Rapid fire questions. Here we go.
Here we go.
Just a couple. Okay. Who is your favorite YouTuber?
Oh man, rapid fire is like the most nerve-wracking thing ever. My favorite YouTuber currently, right now. So many amazing creators. There's like creators that have like 20,000.
Yeah. I just get.
It's true. There's some amazing. There's this like group of YouTube channels that are making like documentaries through. I don't know. It's crazy, but like Fern is amazing. There's also Christoph from Tunnel Vision. That's a part of Johnny Harris's network. Some of the best videos on the internet right now, investigating like just crazy things. So check out Christoph from Tunnel Vision.
Okay, wow. And Fern, is that two different ones?
Yeah, Christoph from Tunnel Vision and Fern. Amazing.
Okay, amazing. Okay, what is your favorite project you've ever worked on or video?
The Amazon jungle video.
Really?
That was awesome. Yeah, there's two videos that I'm incredibly proud of, and it's the 2 outdoors one we did. The Amazon videos was crazy. Just like seeing that storyline come out and how like the relationship between Eric and the guy who was helping him survive, and like that one's really great. And then the Alaska video was pretty cool when they hung out on a glacier for 24 hours. And then weird little thing, but like Ryan Trahan filmed his first ever Joyride commercial with the Styx guys in my apartment in LA. So like I still have Joyride little candy.
I know we didn't even talk about Styx. We'll have to bring you back.
Yeah, in my bed sheets, because so yeah, those are my 3 favorite projects.
Okay, amazing. Okay, you kind of already maybe said this with your favorite YouTuber, but who is the most underrated YouTuber in your opinion?
Man, I have to like look at my subscribers.
Okay, well, just off the top of your head.
Just like
doesn't get enough hype.
I won't name a specific creator, but like look at the film niche on YouTube. Like there are creators with like 20,000 subscribers, 30,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers that are like making some of the most visually interesting videos on the internet. So like if you ever see a video that has like 10,000 views but like has a crazy looking thumbnail that's like beautifully like in cinematic, watch that. But also I guess I'll name one. Nerd Rider 1. He like does like
Great.
weird commentaries
Great.
on like, yeah, amazing art, and
Amazing.
Nerd Rider 1 is great.
Okay, this might be the same question, so if you have the same answer, we can just pick one. But who do you think is like, if you had to bet every dollar you have on the next creator to blow up,
Yeah.
like be big, full-time YouTuber, who's not currently, if you know one, who would it be?
Yeah, I mean,
Other than us, obviously. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
yeah, Carlie with
No,
creators.
no, I'm just
Carlie
kidding.
with.
Other than us,
I mean, he's
Nerd Rider 1?
no. Like he's already kind of blown
Oh,
up,
okay,
but like
come on.
Hunter Williams.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I emailed him when he had 8,000 subscribers.
How many is he at now?
He's at like almost 600,000.
Really?
In like a year and a half, 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
So Hunter
Okay.
Williams is the most underrated creator on the entire platform. He's incredible.
Wow, and you
Yeah.
think he's the next big one?
Yeah, he'll be. I don't know if he'll be huge, but I think he will have a ton of impact.
Okay, shout out Hunter Williams.
Yeah, Hunter, I love you.
Okay, shout
so
out Hunter
grateful.
Williams. I'm gonna go watch the videos. Okay, and then not you personally because you're a producer, but what was the most money you've ever seen for a production budget in YouTube?
Like that I worked on.
Yeah, that you've worked on. You don't have to name.
Early on, we didn't super track budgets. I apologize.
In your best guess.
Yeah.
If you can say.
I mean, we probably, if you were to like include crew and
Yeah,
like the
like
crew costs to,
including
like,
crew.
I mean,
Not
to
including
make a single
salary, I guess.
video, I probably managed close to like, I would say probably like $100,000 for a video. Like if you
That's
think
crazy.
of all the producers, all the editors, all the creative direction, all of the.
For not a Mr. Beast video, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, wow. I mean, this has been amazing. Any final thoughts?
What is your hope for this podcast? Like
Oh my
what,
gosh, not Hayden
like what's your
interviewing me.
what's your why? Like if you were to say I want to be this and I asked you why, right?
Okay.
Like let's do the 5 whys. Let's put this in action.
No.
Live consulting.
Hayden is currently live consulting. And this is so good.
So what's your dream? What's your dream for this podcast?
My dream for this podcast is that, I guess it goes against your advice, but is that more people would be inspired to create.
Yeah.
And that more people would be inspired to enter the creator economy. I'm like you, I do a lot of hiring, and I feel like there's too many jobs and not enough people who are fired up and excited.
Yeah.
And so I would hope that people would enter the creator economy, whether it's being a creator or working in the industry with a creator, or a brand or, a management, whatever. I would love to see more people. I would love to see more women in the industry. I would love to see us girly pops rally, and girls can be YouTubers too. Girls can, do hard things and be producers and directors and writers. And I would love to see, more females in the space. But yeah, my dream is I would love to be, I remember I just watched the Colin and Samir episode with Ryan, and Ryan being everything good, he was like, I can't believe I'm inspiring people. And it was just like, wow, like he's got 21 million subscribers and he can't believe he's inspiring people, and like, I just want to I would love to inspire people to continue to create the way that I'm seeing him inspire others, and so many other creators inspire me.
That's awesome. It's a good purpose.
That's my purpose. It's my why.
Seriously, guys, like she may not. I mean, the pink pantsuit does it. Like she does kind of come off as professional, but
It's sweet.
I have had the opportunity to,
Okay.
see you over the
Yeah.
past 3-4 years, like, and it's really special, to see where you are now. Again, I remember you coming in, like, what was it? It was the darkness video, huh?
Yeah, it was the darkness video. Well, no, the first video was when we snuck into VidCon with the 100 bodyguards, and I locked the pizza in my car. Do you remember that? My key got locked in my car?
Yes, I do.
And I thought I was
remember.
fired. I thought I was going to get fired.
That's crazy. I did not remember.
And I locked my keys in my car, and I had like 30 pizzas in my car, and I had one job, and it was feed the crew, and I literally locked my keys in my car at VidCon, and we got kicked out of VidCon. People are like, have you been to VidCon? I'm like, once.
Yeah, once. We snuck in.
Not the right VidCon.
Yeah. But yeah, seeing you, I'll just say that from like that first like video to see you just running around like crazy and like all over the place and just like, but the thing that was constantly stood out to me that I saw from that day was like you, whatever the challenge was, you always took it and were like, I can do this. And you never complained, right? It might have been hard and there might have been a lot of emotions, but you never complained, right? You were always excited to like help us do crazy things, no matter how hard they were. And to see you now doing what you're doing, not only with this, but also just like with the creators that you have worked with, like you have had, my greatest joy is to see that like someone that I hired has had way more success than I have.
No,
like
stop.
no, it's like genuinely true.
It's
Like
awesome.
you have done things that I've never thought that were even possible. The amount of creators you've worked with, the amount of impact you've had there, like how quickly you've learned.
Stop, guys, I'm gonna cry.
It's really, really special.
Dude, that's awesome.
And you do that in your own unique way. And so for whatever creator might see this and like choose to work with you, right? Because it's like don't let the pink pantsuits dissuade you guys.
Don't let it fool you.
That's Carlie's superpower. Is the fact that like she is 100%. She is 100% Carlie. Like, and you need people that like are gonna show up as exactly who they are. Because that's what makes creating beautiful things special. It's that like you get to do that with other people who are just 100% them. And so
we're all just crazy.
Yeah, you're just
Hayden, that means the world
some
to
a
me.
little crazier than others. Yeah.
Some a little louder.
Yeah, just a little louder.
Gabe's always like, Carlie, you can stay anytime. Take your phone calls.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
Hayden, that means the world.
But
I
yeah,
could
you're gonna
cry.
crush it on this, and
I could cry.
you know, whoever, like, I know you're coming into this venture trying to learn a lot, but like, don't forget, like, you have a lot to give.
Wow.
And you're very smart, and you know what you're doing, and
Thanks.
and so I'm excited to see.
It's awesome.
I'm excited to see.
Well,
this go.
literally, this is so full circle, like full circle to the max. And yeah, Hayden's the reason I got a job, and he, almost 3-4 years later, it's like, wow, this is just the beginning. So I'm sure we'll be seeing you again.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, I have no idea how to end this because I've never ended it, but that's all for this.
We have to do it. We have to end every podcast. We have to do it with the best podcast face, so you can have it for the thumbnail.
Okay, ready? Podcast face.
You gotta get the mics out of the way, so we
podcast
podcast face.
Podcast face on 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right.